What is going on, Sports Game Vision World? Hank is in the pod today to talk about Skip Bayless leaving FS1, the show he helped create, the show he helped bring to the network when it launched about 8 years ago. He had a great run. He had a great run there at FS1. He also had a great run at ESPN, but the times have changed and it's time for him to move on. We don't know whether he was fired or whether he parted ways, but we do know that the show has not been good or has not been performing well since one Shannon Sharpe, Shay of Club Shay or Unk, has left the show last year, and that was the downfall of the show. It was something that I've talked about on the platform before. If you go watch some of my old content about these topics, I've been talking about it. I was a fan of the show, especially Shannon Sharpe, and when he lost Shannon, it was something that I knew was going to hurt the show. And I saw the rise of Shannon Sharpe on the show on Undisputed. And if you were looking at paying attention to the social media platforms, he was outdoing Undisputed before he left the show. So when the whole drama unfolded, where he got into it with Skip over him taking shots at his playing career, and then, of course, the Damar Hamlin situation, which was the icing on the cake or the straw that broke the camel's back, that's when Shannon Sharpe decided, well, I guess it was more of a firing, but he left the show and it hurt Undisputed considerably. At one point, Skip Bayless was the A side of the show. He was the lead of the show. And of course, Shannon Sharpe took that over with his popularity. Of course, he had the Club Shay before he left Undisputed. And when he left, it just left a huge hole for Skip Bayless. I think he thought that he still had the power and the popularity that he once had, but him taking shots at athletes, really just being disrespectful. I think the way he used to talk about Chris Bosh and Jalen Rose and Mark Cuban, just a whole bunch of different people in the industry, and they just didn't take kindly to it. Russell Westbrook, I think that it's coming to bite him in the butt now that he's at the tail end of his career. He's not getting the guests that he used to get or that he should get because of the behavior that was once popular is not being accepted anymore. He rebooted the show. He brought in Richard Sherman and Michael Irvin and Rachel Nichols and Keyshawn Johnson, but it just didn't feel the same because he was once his energy with someone like a Michael Irvin, who does work, or basically, Shannon Sharpe or Stephen A. Smith, it just matched a lot better and it just didn't fit. You could see on screen, he just felt he couldn't be himself. He couldn't just basically take shots at people and get away with it, or just the yelling and screaming, as we call Stephen A. Smith, Screaming A. Smith. Well, Skip Bayless was the yelling guy. So, and then getting animated about his topics, he couldn't do that with the new guests. They weren't going to go for it, and it just took away his stick on the show, and you could see it in the way the show was being broadcast. But once Shannon Sharpe left the show, that was the tail end of it. That was, as they say, that's all, folks. And Shannon Sharpe is what killed him, and I don't think Skip Bayless was ready for it. And I do think that he can do things without a network. He'll probably get some type of sponsorships or anything like that. You still got Dan Patrick and other people that are older doing the broadcast game. But again, he's going to be a little bit behind the ball here because he can't get the guests and stuff that he probably should had he not taken all those shots at people early on in his career. But either way, I'm out of here. I didn't want to hold too long. This is my spiel. Sports Game Vision Talks here. Hank, I'm out of here. Please like, share, subscribe, and we'll be back. Peace.